surprised because Chinese President Xi Jinping is leading the central government delegation this time.
This is the very first time that the president of China attends the celebrations. There is seeing President Xi waving back to the performers.
That's right.
Yeah.
And those performers holding umbrellas decorated as the gasang flowers. As we just mentioned, the word actually gasang means happiness in Tibetan. And these flowers represent local people's aspiration for a better life. Now here comes the float and the formation of Jakarta.
Yeah, it's to the west of Lhasa, to the southwest of Lhasa, about 250 kilometers away, I understand.
The second largest city in the region.
City, and well, where the mountain climbers love to go.
Oh, really? Have you got a chance to visit Jakarta during your recent trip?
Unfortunately not.
No? Right,
Unfortunately. I would love one day to go there. You see Mount Kumulangma being the caricature there.
Yeah,
because
one of the key elements there, huh?
Yeah, that's why I say mountain climbers will flock there, because if they want to scale the Mount Everest or the Kumulangma, there you go. But it is being given the keyword open.
Open. That's
it is open. It's a gateway to the south, to the South Asian neighbors, let's say, of China.
Right.
And again, you're seeing different kinds of traditional costumes.
Yes. And it borders Nepal, the region of Jakarta borders Nepal, the Kingdom of Bhutan, and India. The average altitude of Jakarta is over 4,000 meters, really, really high. That's the average.
That's
just imagine the
have you
true
ever tried?
altitude.
Have you?
No, it's on my bucket list. That was I've been to Lhasa and Ningxi.
Lhasa and Ningxi are actually relatively lower in terms of altitude. 3,500, 3,100. But here it's 4,000, so it's tougher. And they're out of
we can see
doing a different
obviously the costumes and dancing formats change a little bit from Lhasa's, right?
Absolutely.
And Jakarta has a population of nearly 800,000. The majority of Jakarta's population are Tibetan. In 2024, the region promoted the deep integration of rural revitalization and plateau-specific agriculture. It implemented over 460 projects with a total investment of over $400 billion. And these efforts mark a distinctive path towards prosperity rooted in local strengths.
Well, if people are fan to culture and arts, they would know. Okay, let's watch. Something is happening. Actually, Jakarta is known to be the home to the Tibetan opera.
That's right, and the region also shows, just as the dancing formats just showed us, the region also has this kind of attitude of fortitude, spirit of fortitude, because at the start of this year, the region just experienced an earthquake, and now it's still recovering.
Again, people from all over the country rushed to the scene to help out. Now we're looking at the float, the formation from Shannan, which is very close to Lhasa, to its southeast. And this is their formation. So let's see what's featured there. There I can see a mask, definitely.
Yeah, because it has a very distinctive national intangible cultural heritage dance, showcasing the vitality of local ethnic groups and the aspiration of building their homeland. And the region is widely considered the cradle of the Tibetan ethnic group and a birthplace of Tibetan culture.
There actually it's not just about tradition. There is the famous draw dance, by the way, where if people watched the news yesterday when President Xi got off the plane, he was greeted by these dancers in these traditional attire.
And
very symbolic.
Yeah, and that's exactly why those cultural symbols are on the float to mark the distinctive characteristics of the region.
So Shangan is not just about tradition, not just about dancing. It's also about high technology.
Yeah, believe it or not.
Yeah, actually.
Intelligent computing, huh?
Yeah. Actually, the Yajiang-1 supercomputing is very much high on the agenda for the local development. What it does, actually. So when you're watching these dances, don't forget the modernity underneath the surface.
Well, that was the jaw dance we just talked about, a Tibetan dance, and the word jaw in Tibetan stands for auspiciousness. It's one of the oldest forms of traditional dance in the world.
Very good message for the future. Let's move on to the next float from Lingchi. It's a beautiful place, actually, where the climate is slightly milder. The altitude is lower, 3,100 meters above sea level. And it's known, believe it or not, for its peach blossoms in spring. Yeah. Huge flocks of tourists come to this part of Xizang. It's in the southeast of Xizang.
And the village of Gala, it reads. And also the famous Yaluzambu Grand Canyon is located in Ningzhi.
Right, there's the Grand Canyon where the Yalong-Zambo River makes a huge turn. Actually, everybody, what's on the lips of everybody these days is this huge hydropower project at the lower reaches of the Yalong-Zambo River, which was just unveiled in July this year.
And due to a more favorable natural conditions, Ningzhi now focuses on development of its key industries, including tourism, agriculture, and clean energy industries.
And again, we're looking at the very special local costumes from that area, from Lingchi. Look, indeed, very different style, right? More feminine, more...
And the theme color of their outfits are very different from region to region.
Yeah. So next time you see these costumes, oh, they're from Lingzhi.
Right.
They're not from Shannan. Just now, the style was very majestic.
Yeah,
and this is
and the drum drums and everything.
Softer.
Yeah.
In line with the climate, probably. I was actually in Lingzhi, and I was so astonished how comfortable, how pleasant that
Probably the
place
average altitude there is somewhere around 2,000 meters above sea level. So obviously more favorable to people from lower altitudes to travel there, enjoy the really, really beautiful natural scenery there.
Yeah. And a lot of green spaces,
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. All year round.
All year round.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe my eyes. But next to all of that is beautiful, excellent infrastructure. I couldn't believe the roads I was driving on, I was traveling on, including the train I was taking from Lhasa to Lingzhi. Top-notch, state-of-the-art.
Right. How long does it take now from Lhasa to Ningzhi?
From Lhasa, just I think 2-3 hours. It's not a bullet train, but it's a very high-quality train. Let's take a look at their performance. Lingzhi in southeast.
Those male dancers played a fiddle-like musical instrument popular in the Ningzhi area. Can be both played, by both stringing and plucking.
Okay.
Now here comes the float of Chengdu and the formation that follows. Chengdu is located in the east of the Xinjiang Autonomous Region, and in Tibetan, Chengdu means the place where the different branches of water meet.
Indeed, Eastern Gateway of Tibet, of Xizang.
And the three parallel rivers in Chengdu, namely Jingsha River, Lancang River, and Nujiang River, is a national scenic area and World Natural Heritage.
Now, the city is called, here is written Red Chengdu. It's actually there's a twofold meaning to it. First of all, the city has a red hue to it, has a red tone to it.
Right.
The earth is reddish. The river has a red tone to it. But on the other hand, historically, this is also where the first national flag was raised. In Xizang. Yeah. So there is a revolutionary history episode to this place.
And this village has been called the very first village in the peaceful liberation of Xizang. The village is called Gantur. And in 1950, at that very village, the first national flag of the People's Republic was raised.
Kamdu. Qamdo. Again, their costume is different. This is very similar to what we normally understand as the typical Tibetan costume, right? With the very colorful hairband and long sleeves and the apron style piece of fabric in front of the women's dress. And also very typical moves as well. Again, Kamdu is a place with rich resources, with copper, with black waters, metal, and forest. And the city is also striving on clean energy.
That's right. And this is a perfect place to demonstrate the concept and guiding principle of lucid waters and lush mountains are invaluable assets. The concept is raised by Xi Jinping 20 years ago when he was working in East China's Zhejiang province. And for Xizang and also for Chengdu, ecological protection remains a key priority. This particular dance from Chengdu is called Xianzi. It's a combination of singing, dancing, and musical instruments playing.
Just feel like dancing, but after the show. Now, a huge yak. You see?
Yes.
It's
from Nachu.
Yeah, from the region of Nachu.
Yeah.
So Nachu in Tibetan language actually means black river. So you can kind of get a picture of what the region is like. And yak is obviously, very representative symbol of the region. I understand people here use yaks for all kinds of purposes, including crossing the river.
Yes, and Nachu is the highest administrative city
in north of Xizang.
Yes, it's the highest administrative city in China. The average altitude there is 4,500 meters.
Not for me, not yet.
But we can try. And also on that float, we have the image of King Gesar. It's almost a common figure for the Tibetan ethnic.
There you go. They're the gentleman.
Yes.
With the head, with the horse. There. Well, actually, he's the hero in the epic
ancient
Gesar.
Legend. Yeah. Ancient legend.
Which is a World Heritage, intangible heritage piece of work. It's about the 10th century general or prince who his story, his life, and right now it's kind of a well-protected art and skill for people to recite and perform the Gesar, right? Which is extremely long. I heard 20 million characters, 170 texts, and people just have to kind of speak it out as if they don't have to memorize with any effort. Yeah, there we're seeing performers coming from Nachu. Again, very different. They're holding a piece of adornment that looks like a yak's horn. Yeah.
And the dancing format here is commonly known as gozhong. The dancing itself means singing and dancing in circles. Of course, that's the original meaning in Tibetan, and it's one of the three major folk dancing formats in Xizang. And in 2006, it was inscribed into the first batch of China's national intangible cultural heritage.
Actually, not just this, a lot of the dances and the drums are also listed as national and intangible cultural heritages. Altogether, I think there are some 2,600 of these kind of art forms or skills that have been enlisted.
The whole region is a treasure cove for intangible cultural heritage.
And under extreme protection, an extremely high sense of protection. For instance, inheritors of all kinds of skills would be named, and they would be given special allowance or attention so that they can pass down the tradition. And the skills.
We just need to remind our viewers that even the costumes of the performers are part of China's national intangible cultural heritage, they call Ando and Baja. Now, here comes the float of Ali.
Or
and
Nari, as you call it in Tibetan.
Yes, and also
to the west,
formation.
In the western part of Xizang.
That's right, in western Xizang region.
And even higher altitude, I understand. Yeah.
And actually, the float's name actually reads
天上
Ali, above the sky, right?
Yeah, in the
that
heavens.
shows the high altitude there.
Right now, it's actually extremely popular tourist destination again.
Right.
I know people go there to spend holidays.
Yeah, it will be quite different scenery there because it's also known as the rooftop of the world's rooftop.
The rooftop of the world's
rooftop. With an average altitude of 4,500 meters.
4,500. But you know, that's what I was told. The rooftop of the world's rooftop is connected with 5G.
Right.
Can we say that?
Right.
Where the infrastructure, the telecommunications.
Yeah, it shows the determination and capability of China's infrastructure progress. And we can see that there's a huge mountain peak on that float, and that is the main peak of the Ganges Mountains, Peak Garambochi. It's a very sacred mountain peak in the whole Tibetan culture, right?
Yeah. Kailash, if I remember correctly, that's how that peak is called, and people would pay tribute to on foot, right?
On foot, for going around
the whole mountain to complete their sacred pilgrimage, kowtowing all the way. And some people would save up for a long time and bring their children or their family with them. It's a hard journey, but they want to do that because they're really pious in their belief in that.
Showing their devotion. I was told that the peak itself looks really sacred, a little bit secretive even, and very holiness-like, even by watching from afar.
It's well worth visiting, I guess. But here, again, the costume is very different, and this is xuanwu. This is known as xuan dance that the locals are performing.
A drum dance mainly.
And their costume, again, very different with a head ornament, very different.
Yeah, and its origin can be traced back to the ancient Zhongjun civilization as old as 500 years BC. It was further developed during the ancient Yuga kingdom in the 10th century. And from the murals of a very ancient chapel, we can find depiction of the xuan dance. There was a xuan dance from Nari.
Yeah, again,
in Xizang.
Great diversity even among the ethnic Tibetan groups, right?
That's right.
even within the Tibetan culture, you see such a great variety. That's why unity is so important.
That's right.
Because without unity, you just simply don't have anything. And there we're seeing the very last float, which is
forging ahead to the future.
Forging ahead to the future. And we're seeing dancers from all 56 ethnic groups in the People's Republic of China.
That's right. That's what we call a community for the Chinese nation.
Yeah,
a big family, right?
Indeed.
Respecting each other's diversity, yet united. We're a family together, forging ahead to a common future.
And that is the main theme of the whole thing, I would say.
Yes.
You know, especially the first sentence of President Xi Jinping's wishes for this occasion is to build a community of the Chinese nation. The Chinese nation is not just about the Han, it's not just about the Tibetans, not just about the Mongols, the Uyghurs, it's about all the 56 different ethnic groups, and nobody can be left behind. We all have to go together, hand in hand.
Indeed, and there are so many elements on this flow that can represent this very idea. We can see doves and Chinese drums, Chinese knots, and we can also see that happy Xizang Jashidela. It represents the Chinese civilization and Chinese culture as a whole.
Right. The Chinese nation as a big family.
Yes.
And nobody can really try to split that, try to divide us and conquer. Forget about that. And that is also one of the main message of the speeches is, there's no Xizang or Xinjiang, just like you.